All right, so we are live. Let me confirm that we are live. Hi, this is like my first YouTube live on Edtech Simplified, and I am so glad to be here. Let me let my people know that I am live. Live. This is amazing. It's me, Esther Airemionkhale, again on my first YouTube live on Edtech Simplified, and it feels so good. Right, it feels so good, and I'm happy that I'm not even doing this alone. I came with the guests. Okay, all right. Just gonna let my people know that we're live. Share the link. Share the link. Okay. All right. I see some people have joined. See that people have joined. Oh, thank you for joining. For those joining, this is so good. Feels so good. There's a first of everything. This is my first of YouTube live. Just sharing the link. Share the link. Oh, thank you. Oh, I see. Ah, great to be here. I Gifts. I UK. Thank you guys for joining. Please ensure to share the link. I'm super excited for this too. Thank you. Hello. Okay, we have 4 people. Oh, nice. People are really joining in. Good to be here. I'm also happy to be here. I was saying that this is my first YouTube live and it feels so good. And I'm excited that I'm not doing it alone. I have someone with me. He's already in the studio and is waiting to dish out some hot fire. He wants us to consume fire so we can be on fire, just like he is. And before we start, hi Dicta, thank you for joining. It feels so good to see you. Well, not CC, but to have you. Thank you so much for joining. Oh, 3 loves for you too. Oh, make that 4 instead of 3. I'm giving you 4 loves. Take the 4 loves. Take it to the bank if you want to. Thank you. Oh, let the world say the love. Oh, thank you, Dicta. Thank you for that. So I think we'll just start right away. I don't want us to spend too much time here because we have a lot of things to cover, but I still don't want us to waste time. And I'm here today, or in this live video, because some people will be watching the replay. I'm here with Abdullateef. Hi, Paul. Thank you. Keep doing good too. It's good to see your comments. Thank you for joining. I have Abdullateef Adedeji here. He's a powerhouse in the education sector, and I cannot but respect his work. And I'm just gonna read a little bit about him. He's fire. That's just it. Is fire. So Abdullateef is also known as the growth-minded educator. He's an author. I'm not yet an author, but I'm not intimidated. He's an author, a Microsoft trainer, a flipped classroom expert, and an award-winning entrepreneur. Now, if you don't know what flipped classroom is, I'm sure he's going to talk a bit about that, but this is one of the things I respect about him, the flipped classroom. Many people are trying to get that, but this man is so good. And guess what? He has trained over 1,000 teachers, both online and on site, on how the flipped classroom method works. is a certified Microsoft Innovator Educator. Oh my God, this one. Oh God, oh God, oh God. He has also trained 400 educators in the use of Microsoft technology in teaching. He has been interviewed twice on Captain TV Daybreak Africa show on topics. See, have they interviewed you on TV? If they have not, I mean, I'm bringing someone that they have interviewed on TV. All right. So don't be intimidated. All right. Do not be. He trains schools and teachers both online, is an advocate of the growth mindset, and he also has a Facebook community of over 1,000 teachers, which I'm a member of. And now I'm just going to bring him on for him to spit some fire. I will stay in the background and be taking it. Let's go. Someone is saying, let's go. Thank you, UK. I am ready, is ready. And we'll just move on in a bit. Once again, welcome to Edtech Simplified live session. It's the first of the many that's going to be happening, and I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to bring on Abdullateef now. And let's, Mr. Abdullateef, I'm bringing you on in a minute. Okay, you are live. You are being watched.
Yes.
How does it feel?
Wow. Yes. Wow,
It
this
feels
is
good.
this
This is fine.
amazing, like fantastic. I love that. Like this
All right.
is we have been planning this for some time and it has really been a great one for me. So I really appreciate this opportunity. Can you
Thank
hear
you
me
so.
clearly?
Yes, it's clear. Your internet is amazing.
Can I
It's
go
good.
on?
Clearly. So you can
I'll be
take us
glad.
away already. You can take us away. I'm gonna step back,
Okay,
and you
fantastic.
have.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Wow, thank you so much for the opportunity. I don't take it for granted. I really love it and I appreciate it when I see people who are doing fantastic things. And not just doing fantastic things, but also appreciate others who are doing something, even though they may not be doing up to their level. So Coach Esther is someone I respect so much and I really don't take this opportunity for granted. So I can see all of you joining in. Thank you so much for joining in. And I can assure you, and that's something I always try to do whenever I have a session, I have this an opportunity like this, I can assure you, this will be one of the best thing you ever listen to. Okay, your time here is going to be worthwhile. All right, so let's get into it. Before we get into the topic of today's session, which is beyond the classroom. Okay, let me quickly introduce myself a bit. I know I've done some introduction. I just need to just add something to it. So, as I've been introduced, my name is Abdullateef Adedeji, or popularly known as the growth mind educator. I'm the flipped classroom expert. I train schools and the teachers on how they can implement the flipped classroom. Okay, and then this is really what I'm going to be sharing with you today. How it started, how we get to where we are right now, and probably where we are going, and then how any teacher also can transcend their classroom to make impact and to make income. Because beyond the fact that right now, based on what I do, I make income beyond my classroom. But then the most amazing part about it is that I make impact, knowing that what I do does not just make me money, but also make a difference in the teaching industry, in the education industry, make a difference in teachers' life, in students' life, even in school owners' life. So that's what I'm going to be sharing with you today. Let me know. Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? If you're ready, just comment ready, 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 ready. Then I'm going to just get into the session. Are we ready? Okay. Are we ready? Can't see your comment yet. Is anyone ready? Yeah.
I'm sure we're ready.
Okay. Can I move now?
Yes,
Okay. You want to
please,
say
please
something?
take us away.
Okay. Yeah. So now to get started. So you learn about my I've been introduced and I've said a few things about myself. Now just to get into it. Like I remember that when we discussed about having this session, and I was told to take a topic. I feel like, what can I choose? Like, what topic can actually describe my journey as a teacher? Because I remember sharing my story some weeks ago, some days ago on my Facebook timeline, and it's just like, this is just my second year, my third year actually of being in the educational industry, and then to some extent I've been able to do some things, but then it does not start that way, and then there's always something that makes some things happen. So when you see, anytime you see anything happening outside, you know that there's something that is fueling it inside. Okay, so now the journey started in 2020 when I decided to go into teaching. First, when I go into teaching, and that's really what I want everyone to know today, that when I go inside uh, that when I go inside when I go into teaching, one of the things I decided that I'm going to be is that I'm going to be a teacher with a difference. I decided I'm not going to be the just any teacher, because growing up, I'm not the person. I don't know if you are here. I know many people are on the table too. That when I growing up, secondary school, primary school, I never had it in mind to be a teacher. I never. And the reason is that teachers are relatively poor. Most teachers are poor. Most teachers don't, like, teachers are the one that impacts knowledge in you. They're the one that teach you. Okay. But it's unfortunate that you can't see their alarm and say, like, okay, I want to, this is the person I want to become 10 years to this time. This person I want to become in the future. Rather, when you ask your students, what do you want to become? They tell you, I want to become a lawyer, I want to become a doctor, I want to become a banker. You ask them, anyone want to become a teacher? All of them will say no. So I was on this team too while in secondary school, primary school. But then got so good. I closed admission, I wasn't given admission, so I have to go to a college of education. And then getting to college of education, I developed a passion for teaching. So I decided, wow, this is going to be my own life. This is what I'm going to be doing. But even though I know that I decided that this is what I'm going to be doing, I know I can't afford to be just like every other teacher. So I have it in mind that I'm going to be that teacher with a difference. All right. So 2020, COVID-19 came, and that's where the story begins. So being someone that's very passionate about teaching, and I'm very passionate about students, that's really what I talk about. But then I realized that, okay, why I have a limited access. There's limits to the number of students I can access. Okay, why not just take it to teachers then? If I can share my knowledge with teachers, if I can share my knowledge with teachers, I'm very sure that a teacher can access and so I know that if I can be able to share my knowledge with one teacher can access 100 students. So if I share my knowledge with 100 teachers, that's like 10,000 students already. So I feel like I'm just going to focus on teachers. And then COVID-19 gave me that opportunity, because when COVID-19 came, and most private school teachers are at home, people find it difficult to survive. They find it difficult to live. Okay, they find it difficult to earn their money. Why? Because if you're working with a private organization, you only get paid when you work. So we're not working, you're not going to get paid. And that's just it. There's nothing bad in it. That's just business. It's like a contract. If you work, you're going to get paid. And students also are not paying money. So you can't expect school owners to pay you the money they don't have. Okay, but the main challenge is, how are teachers going to survive? How are they going to survive? So that is really what give me the commitment and urge me to start doing what I start doing. Because I remember then I learned how to teach with digital tools, how to teach with phone, how to teach with laptop, how to use all these tools to teach. And I feel like, okay, if all teachers have these skills that I have, then teachers can create extra stream of income for themselves. Teachers can transcend the limitation of the four walls. I love to put it that way. The limitation of the four walls, that box of their classroom, and then they can make impact beyond their classroom. They can make income beyond their classroom. Not only that, they can also build influence beyond their classroom. So that is really what get me started. So the passion started from there. Okay, how can we help teachers make income beyond the classroom? So when I was giving this topic, I spent like many days thinking, what topic can capture that story? I realized that there's none other than beyond the classroom, because it just started that way. Though I don't talk much about this now. I don't talk much about it. If you check my timeline, you see very little about this. But that's the foundation, and it is still there. Just that we are still trying to work on some things. Okay. So that's it. So that's where it started. So that passion, that commitment to teachers' well-being. Okay, so I feel like, okay, if teachers can have all the tools they need, that means they can also earn beyond the classroom. Now the challenge starts. The challenge, the problem teachers now have is that we are this type of people that we tend to become too comfortable. So when COVID-19 was around, teachers are trying to find, okay, what other means of income can we have? What else can we teach online? Can we do all this? But immediately COVID-19 is going, packing its loads, and then what happened? We go back to the normal standard. We go back to the normal standard. The number of teachers trying to explore, okay, how can I take my teaching online? How can I move beyond classroom? If anything should happen tomorrow, how can I secure my income? Reduce. So we don't really talk about that, and that's really what I want to ignite in you tonight. That's really what I want you to bring. I want you to bring that fire back into you. Okay, I want you to start thinking, because nothing in this world that we are right now, there is no guarantee. There is no guarantee. There is no assurance that anything cannot happen tomorrow. That if anything should happen tomorrow, if you get into your school one day and then your school and say, okay, I don't want you to teach with me again. Okay, what will happen? Okay, what will be your fate? What will be the fate of your children? Okay, and then if anything should happen, maybe school closed down tomorrow, what else can you do? What else can you do? So that's really the what started me on this journey of training teachers. Okay, because if I and then after starting on the journey, I realized I train teachers on, okay, how they can teach online, how they can teaching online. Okay, and this point I want to make is very, very important, because as a teacher, no matter what you do, there's always a next level, there's always a more to it, and then there's always that time where you need to transition. And then one thing I noticed is that after at a point, teachers, COVID-19 is going, so school has resumed. So teachers are not taking this thing serious. Okay, they're not taking teaching online serious. Then that question starts coming to my mind. Can technology be only used for as an alternative to teaching? I mean, can teachers only use technology outside the classroom? Is there a way that we can actually use technology inside the classroom? Okay, is there a way that we can use technology for inside the classroom? And that's where, when I started researching this, that's where the flipped classroom come in, because the flipped classroom is a way that we can use technology to teach inside the classroom. Okay, so for those of you that have been asking what is flipped classroom, this guy introduced himself as a flipped classroom expert. Maybe this is actually the first time of knowing this. Okay, and that's always my experience. Whenever I go to somewhere, even I remember when I was invited to come and speak, when I was interviewed on Kaftan TV, the presenter was actually knowing about flipped classroom the first time. Okay, so that's how it is. But then the flipped classroom is simply a method of teaching whereby teachers give students access to teaching materials before the classroom. And then most of the time, this teaching materials is always in form of videos. And that's really the tech part of the flipped classroom, creating of the video, sharing it with the students. And then when I started researching about it, I realized that, wow, this thing can actually work. This thing can work for students. This thing can actually make our students start thinking critically, start developing creative thinking, and can actually prepare them for the demand of the future of work. And that's really why I continue, and that's what I've been doing for the past, like, going to 10 months. I've been able to train out, show like over 1,000 teachers, okay, what the flipped classroom is about and how they can implement it. Okay, I'm invited to schools to train schools physically, both online and on site. Okay, so let's get into it. You as a teacher, how can you transcend the limitation of your classroom? How can you become that teacher who earn income, who make impact, even who build influence beyond the four walls of their classroom? Okay, if you're ready for this, just please comment ready. If you not comment ready, I will not go on. Okay, I have some things that I'm going to explain. I'm going to be breaking a lot of tables today, so please make sure that the one you are sitting on is the chair you're sitting on is very okay, so that you don't fall down. Okay, so can I go on now? Are we ready for this? Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? Can I see some fire emoji? Can I see some fire emoji? Yeah, ready. I can see that. I can see that. Ready, 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 ready. Okay, fantastic. So to start with, the first thing I love to share this Zig Ziglar's quotes, and I'm going to talk about a particular law also, that when I understand this law, it's, though I've been doing something like that before, but it also helped me to take it more serious. And then I think I saw this quote the first time in 2019. This Ziegler's quote says something like, "You can have anything you want. You can have anything you want if you can give enough people what they want." It's very simple. Please, can someone type it out? I don't know. That's whether you're a teacher or not. That can be where that might be the only thing you need to take away from this session. You can have anything you want. You can get anything you want in life. If you can just help enough people to get what they want. So as a teacher, no matter what you want, no matter how much money you want to make, okay, you can get it. Okay. If you can teach enough students, if you can give enough students what they want, if you can give enough schools what they want, if you can give enough people what they want, that means you can have whatever you want. And it's true. It's true. No matter what you want. Let's say you are a lesson teacher now and you're teaching one student for, let's say, 50,000 naira per month. Okay. And you need 1 million naira. That means you need to teach 20 students, isn't it? Now the question now is that, can you teach 20 students in a month? Can you be teaching them Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, even Sunday? Can you teach them? Okay, so if you can't teach them like that, then you don't have any problem. You can get 1 million naira. Just need to teach 10 students and collect 20,000 naira from them. So you can have everything you want in life. Okay, if you can just help enough people get what they want, please, there are key things you need to know. If people get what they want is very fine, but the enough is very important. That means you can get enough of what you can get anything you want in life, but you've not got enough of it. You want to make money, you can make money, but you not make enough money. You are not helping enough people. That is it. Is a principle. Now, the law I want to share with you is called law of affection. Law of affection, or some book call it law of compensation. And this law simply say that, okay, the more people you serve, the more money you can make. That's really the summary of the law. And I think I read this. I got this from the book Millionaire Fast Lane. If you have not read the book, you can get it. Okay, so the law of affection is simply saying that, just like what Ziegler is saying, that if you can give enough people what they want, you can get what you want. So the law of affection is saying that your income, okay, your income is determined. The amount of income you make or the amount of money you make is determined by the number of people you serve. By the number of people you serve. And the reason why I'm starting with this is because if you understand this, you understand why, as a teacher, you need to transcend the limitation of your classroom. As I mentioned the other time, now, as when you want to make 1 million naira and you are collecting 50,000 naira on one student, okay, that means you need to teach 20 students. But the question is, how possible is that to teach 20 students in a week, okay, in a month? Like, how many students are you going to be teaching together? And in this age, for you to see people that are going to pay you that amount of money, maybe you have to be teaching them one-on-one, not something you're going to take them group together and start teaching them. You have to be able to give each student your personal attention. The question is, how many students can you take in a week? Can you even take up to 5 in a month? Can you take up to 5? You can take up to 5. That's 250,000 naira. Does not give you 1 million. Okay, so when you understand that, when you understand the law of affection, you start realizing that you're in a dilemma as a teacher, because there's a limit to the number of students you can teach at a time. There's a limit to the number of students you can teach at a time. So when you come up, okay, so the law of affection now works in 2 ways. We have scale and we have magnitude. We have scale and we have magnitude. Scale is let's say, for example, now we're talking about you teaching 20 students to make 1 million. Okay, what if you now get one student to pay you 250,000? It's rare, but you can get it. That means you only need 4 students. That is scale. When the price is very high, you need small amount of people to make the money you want. You are solving a very big problem for few people. Okay, so you are making a whole lot of money. Or let's say you are teaching a student where you are collecting 500,000. Okay, that means you just need to teach 2 students to be able to get 1 million naira. That is scale. But magnitude is you have to teach a lot of people. You have to solve problem for a whole lot of people, and then they're going to pay you money. So magnitude is when you're teaching 20 students and collecting 50,000 naira on one student. You're teaching 5 students and you're collecting 200,000. You're teaching 10 students, you're collecting 100,000. That's magnitude. So as a teacher, what it means is that if you want to make 1 million as a teacher per month, that means you have to be teaching in a school where they are teaching, we are collecting, they are paying you 1 million naira per month. Or we are doing some calculations there. So, or maybe you are teaching in 2 schools where they are paying you 500,000 naira a month. Or you're teaching in 5 schools where they are paying you 200,000 naira a month. Okay, it is scale, 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 scale. So that is it. But the question is, how possible is that in this Nigeria, in this environment, even abroad? You say a student where you say a school where they're going to pay you 1 million naira per month, or you'll be teaching in 2 schools, they pay you 500k. Even in school where they're paying 500k, they want to use you up. Like me, if possible, they want you to be using like up to like 18 hours out of your 24 hours in school. Okay, so you see that it's not really possible. Okay, let's bring it down. Let's say you want to be making 500,000 naira per month. Okay, and let's say you're teaching, you want to be teaching you want to be teaching 2 schools. Okay, that means they're going to pay you 250,000 naira, right? Which is still very on the high side. And then, so where I'm going to right now is that if you to check your the way the education industry is and the way the teaching is, realize that there's a limit on what you can earn as a teacher. Okay, there's a limit on what you can earn as a teacher if you do not consider one thing, with the absence of one thing, but with the presence of one thing in this world, in this era, you can reach anyone. You can reach anyone, and that's what I'm going to be showing you today. So, and what is that thing I'm talking about? I'm talking about the internet. So the internet make the teaching world a level playing ground. Just like right now, I'm speaking with how many people? I'm not teaching as I'm speaking right now. There are a lot of people. I can't see the number of people live, but I know that we are like more than 5 here. We are not more than 5. We are like, let's just say 2 person. Let's say my host and one other person. Okay. So that is it. So that's what the internet help you to do. That's what the internet help you to do. So as a teacher, for you to start thinking beyond, you have to start thinking beyond your classroom. You have to know that, see, teaching is not something, teaching in the classroom or in the falls of your class is not something that you can do that can make you rich. I hate to be the one to tell you, but just that I love telling the people the truth, because one of the person I follow that I really admire is that you may not like the person and he does not even care. That he will tell you just as it be. It will show you. You may not like him for it, but at least it will show you. Okay, and that person is actually John Obidi. So if you're not following him, you can go and search him on Facebook. Okay, so I want to be the one to tell you that the teaching that you are doing right now, I mean the one in your classroom, may not make you rich. Okay, we're not. I'm very sure of that. Then what will make you rich is when you take your teaching, okay, when you realize that if you are serving just 20 people in your classroom cannot make you rich. But when you start serving 200 people, then you can be rich. Then that's where that's where Ziegler's quotes come in. If you can help enough people. So the reason why you are not rich as you ought to be is because you are not helping enough people. Like I am a mathematics teacher. Okay, I teach mathematics full time in a school. Okay, or let's say let me use as an example now. Let's say someone Ade is a mathematics teacher and is teaching in a school of 20 students. Okay, and is being paid 100,000 naira per month. Okay, that means to make 1 million naira, you have to teach for a whole 10 months, and that means he's not touching the money at all. Okay, he's not touching the money. He's not buying anything. He's not paying for transport. Everything is being taken care of. Okay, that's Ade. Okay, now what the law of affection and Ziegler's quotes now comes is that if they want to make more money, you have to serve more people. So you have to transcend his school. Okay, and that's what I want teachers to do. You have to start thinking beyond your school. You are the best mathematics teacher in the world or your country. But the problem is that people can only feel your impact in your school. Beyond the 4 walls of your school, people don't know you again. You move around like this and people will not see anybody coming. They will not even know you. And then when you'll be falling and you'll be going under the you'll be going in the rain okay, under the rain. Someone that does not know half of what you know will be splashing water on you, and you'll be angry. Okay, you'll be angry. You don't have to be angry. You can be angry actually, but what I'm going to show you today is what you can do, because anger will not solve it, but there are things you can do. Okay, I just hope someone is getting value this night. Okay, so when you're talking about beyond the classroom, we are saying that you realizing the fact that the teaching, if you limiting your teaching to the four walls of your classroom will not make you rich. But when you are able to deliver one service to as many people as possible, then it becomes very profitable for you. It becomes very profitable for you. Like I train teachers on how to implement the flipped classroom. And guess what? I can record a video and give access and uh give it to 1,000 teachers. Let me train 100 teachers at the same time and give them just one single video. Me just making one effort at a time, and then giving many people, reusing the material over and over again. This is where the money is. This is where the profitability is. And that's when you start thinking beyond your classroom. And guess what? Another thing you have to know is that you're not limited to students alone. Like me, for now, the only thing I'm doing with students at this moment, even though there are many things coming, is that I teach mathematics. That's the only thing I do with students. Apart from that, my major work, actually, which is the flipped classroom, is focused on teachers and schools. Okay, so there are many things you know also. Some of you have been in the education industry since 10 years. Some of you have been teaching before I'm giving birth to. Yeah, it's possible. And guess what? You have accumulated number of experiences. You have accumulated knowledge, valuable knowledge that you can start teaching to others. And then you can start teaching to others and get paid for it. I want to start thinking about you actually getting your teaching, your knowledge, your experience, your skill beyond your what? Classroom. Because remember, you can get anything, whatever you want. If you can help enough people get what they want, the reason why you're not getting what you want, or the reason why you're not getting enough of what you want, is because you're not giving enough people what they want. So to get what you want, you have to be willing to give enough people what you want. And the means to giving enough people what they want is by leveraging on the internet. By leveraging on the internet. Okay, so how can you now leverage on the internet? What are the things you can do to start transcending the limitation of your classroom? What can you do? And this is what I'm going to be sharing with you. I'm going to be sharing with you very quick the step-by-step process you can follow to start to transcend your classroom. And the first thing here is that you need to reprogram your mind. Reprogram your mind. First thing you need to do is to actually re-engineer your mind. Okay, reset your mind. Most of us have been dealt with. We have that negative mindset that teachers are poor. And then because you say teachers are poor, you remain poor. Why there are some teachers that they go by the name teachers. And guess what? They are making it big. So first thing is that you have to reprogram your mind. You have to reset your mindset. You have to have a growth mindset. You have to have an abundance mindset. Okay? You have to leave all sorts of teachers are poor, teachers cannot be rich. Excuse me. You can't be, all this poor mentality. You can't be rich and do good at the same time. Rich people are wicked. Rich people are not good. Is that you are good or you are rich? You have to throw it away. You have to reprogram your mind. You have to rewire your mind for more impact, for more income. Because guess what? There is a limit to what you can achieve. And that limit is in your mindset. So it's in your what? In your mindset. And Ford says something, if you think you can or if you think you can't, either way, you are right. So if you think you can make money beyond the classroom or if you think you cannot, you are right. So the first step, please, can someone put it in the comment section? Reprogram your mind. So the first step is for you to believe that you can actually make more money. You can make impact. You can build influence beyond your classroom. It's for you to know that all these things I'm talking about here is possible for you too. You have seen people that have done it, and if they can do it, you can do it too. So that's the first thing you need to do. Reprogram your mind. Reprogram your mind. Very important. When you program your mind, it becomes easy for you to do things. Okay, it becomes easy for you to make things happen. And that's really the first thing I did. Because I remember that when I get online and I start seeing people doing things, it showed me something. It showed me that if there's one person I follow, his name is Kazim Abolore. So I remember in 2020, it was 2020 January. So I read his post on Open Online Publishers and Entrepreneurs Network, and I see, wow, a teacher doing fantastic thing like this. That's the thing. That's the only thing I need to believe that it's possible for me too. It's possible for, and what that man did for me is what I'm doing for you too. Because I've been doing this since December 2020. Okay, I mean, I've been teaching beyond, not, I've been doing this, let me say, April 2020, but I started making money consistently from it since December 2020. Okay, so if I can be doing this, you can be doing it. Okay, you can do it too. So we program your mind, believe it's possible for you, and it's going to be possible, because that's the first thing. Most of us, it's not as if you don't have the knowledge. When I start talking about things you need to do now, you realize that you have it in your hand. You have it. It's just that the problem, the reason why you have not been saying it is because your mind is not conditioned to say it. Because your mind is not what. Wow, thank you so much, Coach Ijoma. I really love that. Thank you. Coach Ijoma has been one of the key person in my growth journey. Very important. She was one of the first person I met online. One of the first person I registered for our course, and she has been a big support for my brand. Thank you so much, ma. So as I was saying, you need to condition your mind, because the major part, I mean, the 80% part of it is your mind. Because every other thing you need, you have it already. And when your mind is conditioned for this impact of a thing, income of a thing beyond the classroom, you start seeing opportunities come up. Start seeing opportunities. Start seeing where opportunities you have been sitting on. And you feel like, and this thing has been here since all this while. It's because you cannot see it. And this is not something you can see with your eye. It's something you see with your mind. And you can only see it when your mind is open. And if you not take anything, if I not share anything with you, that is enough for you, for your mind to be open, that this thing, is possible for me. If it is possible for Abdullateef, it's also possible for me too. Okay, now after programming your mind, because remember Zig Ziglar's law or quote, he said, if you can give enough people what you want, you can get whatever you want. What that means is that you have to solve a problem. So when we say that you're doing things beyond the classroom, what means that as a teacher right now, you are solving a problem. Let's say you're a mathematics teacher, you're solving a problem of mathematics in class. The problem is that your school needs someone that can teach. Your school needs someone that can teach their students mathematics, and that is the gap you're filling. Now, when you're following Ziegler's quote, what you want to do is that the problem you're solving in your school, you want to take it outside. You want to transcend your school and start solving it for many people. You want to find a way to start solving it for what? Many people, so that you can get enough, you can help enough people, so you can get enough of what you want to. So the second thing after you have the second thing after you have a program in mind, I call it identify your skits. Identify your skits. And what does skit mean? Skit mean SKEET. SKEET. I intentionally say this, use that skit, because one thing you have to know is that it's not also compulsory that what you're going to be doing beyond your classroom is what you're currently doing now. There are many things you know that you don't even know you know. There are many things you know that you can be making a lot of money from, that you can be making a lot of impact from, but because you have not been open to it, you may not say it. So now skills stand for, the first S stand for skills. What can you do? What are the things you can do? The K stands for knowledge. Okay, what do you know? Skills and knowledge are very related. There are skills, knowledge talking about something like theoretical knowledge, while skills talking about something you do, practical knowledge. Okay, skill, we have knowledge, then we have experience, we have expertise, and we have talent. See this T, I don't like putting it there, but I just want to put it there because that might be what you have been missing. Okay, we have let me start from T. Okay, because every other thing, all the other four can be on T. Because actually you have to understand something, that people are not going to pay you for T. People are not going to pay you for your talent. So talent is like a raw material, and all of us have it. Like me, one of the things I know I have is that I have a flair for computer from a very young age. So if you see me doing all these things, teaching, talking about teaching with technology and doing all those things, it's not now. It has been my passion. It has been something I enjoy doing for a very long time. So what actually helped me on this journey is that I combine my passion for education with my passion and flair for technology. So it's very easy for me. You to discover that thing. What is that thing that you enjoy doing? What is that thing that comes easy? Someone always put it this way, we say that what's that thing that come to you with ease, but come to others with please? Something that comes to you with ease, something that you can see like this and know it already. But someone else somewhere, we have to learn it, and then before they get it. So what's that thing? Identify that thing. When you identify that thing, you can now turn that thing to skill, to knowledge, to experience, to expertise. So expertise is that thing that you're an expert in. Like you're a teacher now, you're an expert teacher. So when you say if you teach mathematics now, you're an expert in mathematics. So you can decide to go for that. You can decide to start using that. Experience. What's that thing that you have experienced before? And just to give you an example, okay. So growing up, I was not, but even though I'm a math, but growing up, I was not very good in mathematics. Like you can call me a failure in mathematics then growing up. But now the story has changed. That is my experience. I was not good in mathematics before, but now I'm good in mathematics. So I can start showing other people or other students how they can be from math dummy to math pro. You know, do you get that? So I was, and this is a story I share with my students also to inspire them. So I was not very good, not good at all in mathematics. I'm the one you can consider as a math dummy. Okay, secondary school. But then right now, some things happen, and I started studying math on my own. And before you know it, I become good in math, not just good, but then start teaching others mathematics, become a math teacher anywhere I go. I mean, any school I enter, I'm a blessing to them. I'm a blessing to the students because they know that, wow, they will know that we have someone that's an expert in this, that have experience in this. That's experience. So I can try teaching other people, okay, how? I can start teaching how they can also move from being a math dummy to someone that doesn't know math to someone that's very good in math. That's experience. Then we have expertise. Expertise, you're an expert in teacher. I've explained that. Okay, what do you know? What can you teach? You have been a teacher for like 10 years. What do you know? What's that thing? It can be that you know how to manage your classroom very well. Like, very well. You can manage your classroom very well. Like you are the type of teacher that if you are in class, students, you know you're paying in class. Or maybe you are the type of teacher that coach, you know how to deal with students. You know how to deal with students that are very troublesome, very stubborn. You know how to deal with them. That can be your own knowledge. Skill, what do you know how to do? For example, now I know how to teach you technology. I know how to use all these tech tools to teach beyond your classroom. That is my own. That is a skill. What do you also know how to do? What do you know how to do? So the first thing, and why I love talking about this is that it comes from this story, like this analogy of what's in your hand. What is in your hand? Okay, for Christians here, you're familiar with the story of when Moses wants to cross the Red Sea, and God asked him, "What is in your hand?" Is inside the Quran. So actually, I'm a Muslim, so I just know that it's very popular from that side. Okay, so what I'm saying is that what is in your hand? What is in Moses' hand? That is rod. It's just like when you see someone that have a hammer in his hand. You have someone has an hammer. Nobody have to tell you that this person is a carpenter. This one want to go and do some carpentry work. The same thing. So that's why I'm not talking about problem yet. I'm talking about what you have. So when you identify what you have, the next thing you have to now understand or check is what problem can you solve? Because people are not going to pay you for your skill. They're not going to pay you for your knowledge. They're not going to pay you for your talent. They're not going to pay you for your experience. They're not going to pay you for your expertise. If it cannot solve any problem, remember, you can get anything you want. You can help enough people get what they want. And what people are looking for is solution. And see, it is in that solution that your own money is. So people are not going to pay you for what you know, for what you have, but they pay you for what you can do for them with what you have. So I've given you some example now. I've taught, okay, for skills now, I know how to teach with tech. Okay, that can be. So the problem, what's the problem that one is solving? It's solving the problem of teachers want to know how they can take their teaching online. Okay, they want to know how they can be able to teach students even beyond the classroom. So if a school closed down, if they want to earn more income, they can now start teaching students online. That is what the problem. What that skill is solving. The problem that skill is solving. Let's say my knowledge. Okay, I know how to. Let's say I know how to implement the flipped classroom. Okay, I can start teaching teachers that want to know how to also implement the flipped classroom. Okay, then I know how to. My experience. I've been a math dullard before, but now I'm a math teacher. Okay, how can I help other teachers, other students, okay, start learning mathematics? Or how can I even train other teachers, okay, to start helping students that are math dullard to become math professional or math pro or super to become super good in mathematics? That's experience. So you look for problem. What problem is are these skills solving? What problems are my skits solving? What problems are my tools? Because what's in your hand is a blessing from God, is a gift that you have. And anything you want to do in life is attached to that gift, to that thing that you have. Okay, it's just like when you see someone, as I said, when you see someone that have an hammer, you don't have to, what the person just have to ask is, what do we use hammer to do? They use hammer to what? To hammer nails, to drive in nails, okay, to do something. So the person doesn't have to start disturbing himself. Just have to go to carpentry a work or a carpentry school or go to where they need carpenter because that is what he has. Okay, the same thing for you. So when you know what you have, okay, so then because this thing can be many, you can, like me now, it can be, for now, the only thing I focus on is flip classroom, and that's for my knowledge. Right now, I'm not even taking, I'm not even and I'm not even teaching much about teaching with technology. I mean, teaching online. Okay, I only talk about implementing flip classroom. So you have many things. Write them down and analyze them. What problem can each of these things solve? Okay, then you now need to choose one. Choose one. And then when you're choosing one, these are the things you need to know. You have to check profitability. You have to check what people need this. And then you have to understand two things. There's your audience. Okay, the people, you have to know who has this problem. And then how to know who has the problem or who need to have the problem solved. There are two persons that you're going to be dealing with. You're going to be dealing with customer, you're going to be dealing with consumer. For example, if I'm a mathematics teacher, my consumer are students. Consumer are people who consume your products. Customer are people who pay for your products. So if you're a teacher now, you have consumer. Your consumer are your students. Your customer can be your school owner if you're teaching in a school, or can be parents if you're having a private lesson with people. Okay, that's it. Identify them. They know how profitable is this business. How profitable is this business? How profitable is this business? How profitable is this business? And then how profitable. Check which one do you have passion for the most? Because guess what? There's a saying that says when you love what you do, you never work a day. You will never work a day. If you love what you do, you will never do any work because it just feels good to do it. The reward itself is in the work you're doing. Okay, is in the work all you are doing. So identify the problem. When you identify the problems that your skill, knowledge, and expertise can solve, then choose one problem. Then when you choose one problem, the next thing you want to do, because when you say, okay, I solve this problem, you need a message. You need a message. So you need to craft a message around the solution you are bringing to the table. You need to craft a message around the problem you're solving. And then when you're crafting a message, your message has to contain three things: what you do, who you help to do, who you are doing it for, and how you do it for them. What you do, who you help to do it for, who are doing it for, and how you help them to do it. Very, very important. Because actually what I'm showing you now is earning beyond your classroom, leveraging the internet platform, leveraging the internet. Because on the internet is different. On the internet, people do not know you. So for you to make money on the internet beyond your classroom, people need to know you, they need to like you, they need to trust you. So to do that, you need to have a message. You need to have something that you can tell people so that when they see you, can be able to introduce yourself. You can be able to say, okay, this is what I do. That's really your message. And then to do your message, you need to identify, okay, what problem are you solving? Who are you solving it for? And how do you solve it? For example, let me do my mathematics, for example. I can say, okay, I train students or I help students overcome their fear of mathematics. Okay, I help students overcome their fear of mathematics. Who I'm solving the problem for is what? Students. The problem I'm solving is that I want them to overcome their fear of mathematics. And then how do I solve it? Through simple strategies. I can say something like that. Through simple strategies, or cheap, or effective, or I think that's actually where I start from. That's where I started from. So it goes like something like this. I help students overcome their fear of mathematics by helping them develop confidence in themselves. My time is almost up. Okay, by helping them develop confidence
Now
in
that you're
themselves. So that's the problem I solve. The
trying,
people I solve it for.
okay, sorry.
Yes, I'm running off
Your
already. The
computer is
people I
something
solve
we
it
can.
for, and then how I solve it. Then the next thing you need to identify, you to okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, but it seems your video is paused. We can hear you clearly,
Okay,
but
my
your
video
video,
is paused. I can it's moving,
yes,
yeah.
it's frozen on. Oh, now it
Already.
is
Okay, but my
moving.
video is paused.
Now it is
Okay.
okay. It's okay now.
It's moving now. It's fine now.
Yes, totally
It's
fine.
fine.
And
Okay,
I
let me
must
just
say,
move on.
before I run off
Okay,
again,
my time
that
is
this has
going.
been
So then
amazing.
after crafting your message, then the next thing you need to do. Okay, I can hear you again. Okay, I think okay, can I go on now?
Yes, please. Please go on. Please go on.
Okay, okay, I can go on. Or so I'm saying, as I was saying, craft a message. After crafting a message, you need something. The other thing, the next thing you need to do is to create a solution. Create a solution. People will not buy your message. They will not buy your product. They will not pay you for your products. They're going to pay you for your solution, which is not even the ultimate things. Okay, create a solution. So what solution? What I mean by solution is that create a step-by-step process of solving the particular problem. So your problem, the problem you want to be solving is students not students have fear of mathematics. They are not good in mathematics. So you know the people you are solving the problem for already, and you have a message. The next thing you need to do is craft out a solution. And what I mean by solution is that how do you help students? What step by step process do you go through to help students overcome their fear of mathematics and start doing very well in the subject? It's just like a recipe, or like when you are cooking something, you have a recipe that you follow, or you have a formula, like a mathematics. You want to solve a particular, let's say, quadratic equation now. So for every quadratic equation now, there's a formula you can use. We call it Almighty formula or quadratic formula. Okay, so you can come up with something like that, so that whenever anyone that has this problem, and you meet anyone that has this problem, you can easily prescribe your solution to them. It will be like your own drug, okay, to that particular problem. And it have to be unique. Don't copy someone else. They might have been someone that has been doing this before. That does not matter. No matter who is doing so, who is solving a particular problem, you can't solve the same problem. Actually, it can look the same, but you can't solve the same problem because you don't have the same message, you don't have the same experience, you don't have the same story. You don't have the same story, and it's your story that is going to sell that people are going to use to relate with you. Okay, wow, fantastic. That you're going to use to uh relate with you. Very important. So you have to create a solution. That means a step-by-step process. Some people call it USP, unique UPS, unique proposition system. That means you use step-by-step process that you use to solve a particular problem. So after creating your solution, the next thing you have to do is position yourself as an expert. And that's why I'm here today. I'm not the only one that do this, okay? But the only reason why Coach Esther brought me up here is because she said that, okay, this guy seems to be an expert in this. Okay, let's bring him up here. And then when I was on TV, I always tell people, see, I'm not the one, I'm not the best in what I do. Yeah, I'm the best though. I'm the best. Yeah, I'm saying that. But just to be realistic with you, I might not actually be the best. I mean, the person that know how to do it the most. Okay. But guess what? People don't care about who is the best. People only care about who they see. So you can be the best teacher in the world, but if people are not seeing you, they will be passing you by and going to someone that know half of what you know. So you need to position yourself as an expert. As a what? Expert. You need to position yourself as an expert in what you do. Okay. And how do you position your expert? 3 things I want to share with you. Create content. Create content on what you do. Show people, let people know you, like you, and trust you. That's when they can know that you're an expert in it. If you check my timeline, I'm going to see many things about flipped classroom. I don't have to tell you that I'm a flipped classroom expert, but by just checking my timeline and seeing things I've done and things I do, I post constantly or frequently, you're going to see that, okay, this is what this person do. Okay, you know that already. By what? By my content. Another thing is that I love this very much. Do it for free. There's a saying that say anything you can't do for free, don't do for a fee. Whatever you cannot do for free, don't do for a fee. Because guess what? When you're starting out, people will not like you. People may know you, they like, but they may not trust you enough to pay you their money. So for you to be able to be able to get paid for what you're doing, you have to do it for some people for free. And this is really testing your solution. You have your solution already. Test it, test it. See, is it actually working? Is it actually working? That's where you're going to get results. Okay, that's where you're going to get results. And for you to know that, okay, this solution I have here, it is true, it can work. Okay, and then when it can work, you can now take it to more people. So do it for free. Let people see that. Don't just do it for free in the backyard. Do it for free. Let people see that you have done this thing. Let people see. Even the people you do it for free for may still come back and come and pay you for it. Because one is they may not take it serious then. They may not take it serious then. So when it has boom, they will still come and pay you for it. And that is that they may need more of it. They may need more of it. So they will still have to pay you to get that more. But at least because you have done it for free, you are pushing yourself in their mind that you are an expert. You have made a space in their mind. So they not. So whenever they want to do anything or anything about that particular thing, they come to you because you are the one they see. You are the one they have seen as an expert. And people are naturally selfish. So even things that people will not pay you to teach them, they will attend for free. They will attend for free. So by attending them for free, you are giving them what they need. Like they want to learn this for free, you are giving them. But in exchange, you are waiting a space in their head because now you are pushing yourself as an expert in their head already. Very, very important. So do it for free. By doing it for free, you get results. Do it for some people for free. Get results from them. Get testimonial. Get their feedback. Share it on your platform. Share it on your platform. Okay. And then part of pushing yourself as an expert is that you have to choose platform where you're going to be active. Where you're going to be active. For me now, I'm more active on Facebook. Okay, more active on Facebook and sometimes on LinkedIn. Not that much. Okay, but you can decide your own. Decide. And very important before I go on. If you are watching this and you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. My time is almost up. So pushing yourself as an expert. The next thing is create a product. People will not pay for your solution too. You have a solution, you have a step-by-step process of solving a particular problem. People will not pay for that. People will pay for a product, and a product is a packaged solution. A packaged solution. So you have to package, and there are ways for you to package a solution. It can be in form of training, it can be in form of masterclass, it can be in form of book, it can be in form of courses. Okay, you can start having physical training, you can start coaching people one-on-one. That is the product. Okay, that's your packaged solution, the way you give your solution to people, that's package. Then the last thing finally to round off is that market and sell massively. Okay, and you have to be shameless about this. And one thing I love to mention about this, I love to mention two things when I talk about this, is that one is that whatever problem you choose to solve, you have to take responsibility for it, because this thing is beyond making money. It's more, is the same, is equally important that you are making impact. So first, take responsibility. Because know that you are responsible for solving this problem, not just for the money's sake, but because you are making a difference. Okay, so take responsibility. The last thing which your responsibility will help you to do is that build confidence, be courageous. See, there's something they call crabology mentality, crab mentality. If you put a crab in a basket, okay, or in a bowl, before you know it, the crab is going to come out. Okay, but put a crab with hundreds of others in a basket or in a bowl. Guess what? Immediately, that same crab that just crawl out of a bucket now, immediately it starts coming up, they'll be dragging it back. So that's the same thing. No matter what you want to do, people are going to try to drag you, but you must have the courage to show up. No matter what you decide to do, and this is very important, you have the courage to come up, to show up, even when people are not liking your post, even when people are not encouraging you, when people are like, you don't join them. And then motivational speaker, you need to what? Develop that courage to keep moving, to keep doing what you do. It's very, very important. This is very, very, and it's also come from your mindset reprogramming. You have to reprogram yourself that you don't need people to validate you before you get things done for yourself. But you have to believe in what you do, and you have to take responsibility for the solution you are solving. Like me now, for my flip classroom, the one of it is not as if we are getting. Many people don't even know about it yet. So most of the thing I do is about creating awareness for it. But because I believe so much in it, and even when people are not believing it, I feel like, what are you talking about? Today is flip. What are you flipping on? I feel like I'm the one that know what I'm doing. So you have to have the courage to keep going. So I think, and then back again, don't forget to sell massively, market shamelessly, and to explain that if you have a cure for COVID-19, or you have a cure for HIV and AIDS finally, or you have a cure for cancer, will you put it at home? Will you be afraid? Will you put it in your backyard? Or will you be sitting with it on the bed when you have a gold mine? No, you have to know that your knowledge, the putting yourself is a gold mine for you. So you have to bring it up to people. Bring it up to people and sell it massively. Sell it shamelessly, just as if when you have a cure to COVID-19 or HIV, you not bring it at home. Those of you that always say you are shy, you cannot face camera, you will not be shy. You will come up and tell people, come and pay for this thing. This is the cure to HIV that you have been nursing for 10 years. Come and pay for it. You will sell it shamelessly because you feel like you are doing good, isn't it? The same thing for any problem you're solving, you're doing good with it. Don't sell it shamelessly. Don't be afraid to sell. Don't be ashamed to sell. And don't let anyone drag you down. Okay. I hope this has been amazing for you. I hope you have learned so much from this. Thank you so much, Coach Esther. Thank you. Thank you. I don't take this opportunity for granted. Thank you.
Wow, I am blown away. I don't even know how I'm still here because I am gone. Like, wow, that was amazing. Beyond amazing. In fact, see to the
Thank
comments.
you.
Wow, this is
Thank you.
awesome.
Thank you.
More than
Yeah. Thank
amazing.
you. Thank you, Mr. Fairless. Thank you, Mr.
Wow,
King and Junior. Thank you. Thank you for
that
being
was
part of this. Thank you.
oh, like I really love that. I learned a lot. And if there's something I loved, like if I did not take anything away, it's the fact that you need to position yourself as an expert. You might not be the person that knows what you know best or that do what you do best, but how you position yourself really matters,
No.
right? I love that so much. Like you did well. Like you're truly a teacher. You taught
Thank you.
us step by step processes. I'm sure some people would have questions, or you've even broken it down to the
Okay.
simplest form, right? But if you do have questions, please drop it in the comments
Can drop
section
it.
and take that. And please do not forget to follow Abdullateef Adedeji on
Yeah.
Facebook. He's very much active on Facebook as a community for teachers. He's always dropping a lot of value there. Abdullateef Adedeji is the name on Facebook. Please ensure to follow him. Do we have questions? Do we have questions? No, they are speechless because you did blow us away. You really did. Wow.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for joining. And
Wow.
you still want to say more, but we are out of time, right? But I'm just waiting for people to drop in their questions.
No, no, that's fine. That's okay. I'll just tell them to subscribe to the channel because when you get something like this is not just this is the first one actually, and I'm glad you can clap for me for that. Like it's really a great opportunity to be the first person to be on this show. But then
Yeah.
more are coming, and then she frequently drop content, video content. You have to check the channel. You're going to see a lot of things. I don't even know the solution you have been praying for might even be in that channel. So
Hmm.
why subscribe? Okay, so that's one of the things you can use to encourage because you are here and you have gotten value for free. You're not asked to pay. You're not asked to pay anything. So it doesn't cost you anything. It's just click that button to subscribe. That's a form of encouragement. Okay, so please let's do that.
Okay. Thank you very much,
Okay,
Mr.
there's a question here.
Action. It
Okay,
says you
you
mentioned
mentioned
that you
that
monetize after a few months in
in
2020. Is
2020
that
is that
typical for every beginner?
for every beginner. Hey, it's not. No, actually, to be true with you, to be true with you, I did not start monetize after a few months. No, I started doing this since April 2020, and I remember the first training I have was November that same November 2020. Okay, and then even that first training, I remember I got just 6 participants on my training. 6 participants. So it was not really as if that I started big. And that's one thing. And that's really why I always tell people that you need to have courage because I should have started earlier. Just like what I'm saying here, that you need solution. So I have the solution, okay, but I don't have the courage to put it out.
Hmm.
I'm positioning myself as an expert already, but I don't have the courage to put myself out. Every day I say, I will go to my coach, tell, I want to do this thing, I want to create an academy for this, I want to do this thing. You tell me to go and do it. Before you know it, I just feel like, where do I start from? Like, where do I start from? Okay, but then I attended a course then, and in the course we are compulsorily told to create a class. Don't you must create a class. It's compulsory. You must create a class. Then you must teach something. That's really what pushed me. That's really what I did. Then I organized a free training, and then I upsell my paid class, and even that paid class, even though it's at a ridiculous amount of money, only 6 people join. But then, and that's really why I'm an advocate of do it for free. Then in December, I got the idea of organizing a boot camp for teachers. So I organized a Teach with Videos boot camp where I invite 3 other experts. Okay, we teach them for 5 days. That means I mean on 31st of we started 26th till 31st. So while some people are shouting being somewhere, we are in the training, learning how to teach with videos, and even more than that, we still have someone that come and teach them some other things. So this free training is how I was able to position myself as someone of value because many people join the training. I remember for someone that's starting, I have almost like 350 participants in that particular training then. That's December
Wow.
2020. And most of the people that joined then in January, I will launch that the training that was 1,000 naira that I did in 2020, November, and 6 people joined. I will launch it, I increase the fee, and we have more people join.
Hmm.
So it is not really it's not as if when I started a few months or I started big, it takes a whole lot of process, like a little bit of positioning as an expert. Even till now, I'm still pushing myself as an expert because there are still many people that have not known Abdullateef at all. So there are still many people that need to know that this guy exists. So that's really what is there. So it's not going. And when I talk to teachers about this, because one thing that most people, especially course creators and trainers, one thing they will tell you is, come and see how I make 1 million naira in 6 months or in 2 weeks. If you register for this course, you're also going to be able to make. If you are a teacher and you tell me you want to do something like this, the first thing I always tell teachers to go and do is, why are you doing it? I'll tell you. I remember I told one teacher come and ask me last year, okay, how can I do what you're doing? He said, what do you want to do? Tell me what you want to be something. I say, can you write 15 whys why you want to do this? Because it's not going to be easy. You can even put out training and no one will register for the training. What are you going to do? Are you going to give up? So it's
Hmm.
still something that we do. It's still like a struggle for many people. But then the thing is that don't start with the money in mind first. You start with that impact in mind, knowing that you're making a difference. So even if the money is not coming yet, you're still going to be able to continue. Then before you know it, people will start seeing you as someone they can trust with their money because it take a whole lot for you. Like I see people when I put up my training out, and then people that have never heard about me before, I've never seen me. I don't have their contact. Wait some of my training, and before you know it, they send me a message that they make this payment and all that. So it's not just as if they're just doing it, but it's because the thing has been on ground. So like some people will check your Facebook and they say, okay, how long have you been doing this? And that's why it's very important that you position yourself as an expert, create content, create free trainings as possible. Do it for free. Do it for free. Do it for free. Without thinking about the money yet. The people will do it for free for they will be the first person to pay you. Okay, so I
Mm-hmm.
think I answered the question. Did I
Yes, you
answer the
did.
question?
Yes, you did. Amazing. So the next question is, I think that's for me. Well, you're gonna catch up the replay after we end this broadcast. The
Okay.
replay is gonna be available, and you'll be able to watch all that he has shared. He has shared a lot, and my friend from Brazil is telling you congratulations. You know you're doing so great, and is wishing you well. Hi, Celso. I see you. Thank you for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I think we have come to the end of the broadcast tonight. And guys,
Wow.
once
Okay, you have
again,
more questions.
make sure to drop your questions if you're catching the replay. Still drop your questions in the comment section. And make sure to follow Abdullateef on Facebook. Abdullateef Adedeji is the name. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, make sure you do that because we'll be coming in the coming weeks. We're going to be having a lot of people like Abdullateef come share with us about their journey and all. Thank you for joining in tonight. Thank you, Abdullateef. I really appreciate your, your presence here, and I look forward to doing more with you. This is where we'll say good night and have a great weekend.
Yeah.
I am.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.